Ang ating kwentuhan napapakinggan kahit saan. Samahan niyo ako sa bawat kwento na pwede natin pag-usapan. At sa bawat kwentuhan, lagi kang kasama. Ako si Gab Humilde Villegas at ito ang Kwentuhang Random, the podcast. So, hello everyone. Welcome sa panibagong episode ng ating kwentuhan. As we go to talk about this plot twist tong di inaasahang mga pangyayari sa noontime programming sa Philippine Television kung saan lumipat ang Tito Vic and Joey at ang Legit Lover Gods sa TV5 as well as ang paglipat naman ng Showtime from TV5 to GTV ng GMA Network. So as we talk on this topic, so may mga inimbitahan tayo fan ng noontime shows to give their insights on this historic moment ng Philippine television. So unahin natin pakilala sa inyo ang isa sa mga kaibigan ko as well as he is a vlogger also, si Tep Nazario, and aside from Tep, Erwin Lucio is also here in this in our session, who is a fan of Tito Vic and Joey, as well as Ivan Saldahen of Dagout.ph, who is also a media geek as well, and also nandito rin ang aking kaibigan si Francis Benitez. Hello everyone, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Ayan, so
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us on your show.
So ayun, can you tell us siguro anyone from here in this in this meeting, anong masasabi ninyo sa naging maganap kahapon, July 1? So as we record lang So para alam lang din ng listeners natin kung kailan natin 'to record. So ano masasabi ninyo sa mga pangyayari kahapon? So let's start with Tep.
So ayun, good afternoon. To be very honest, until now may hangover pa rin ako. Very biglaan lahat ng nangyayari. Parang it's just like this the biggest plot twist ever, not just on entertainment industry, on Philippine TV industry, but also in the media industry as well. Maraming kumbaga para siyang domino effect na sa isang pagbabago lang, sa isang changes lang, sa isang paggalaw lang ng baso nitong mga noontime show na to, halos parang naapektuhan lahat. Parang sobrang nakaka-surprise. Kahapon, while watching it, so as a cable subscriber sa Air Cable sa Converge, napanood ko siya in mosaic. So parang hindi ko na kailangan maglipat ng channel kasi nakikita ko na siya. Nakikita ko na yung GTV, yung TV5, yung A2C, tsaka yung GMA sa isang screen along with other channels. So yung bawat galaw nila, syempre pinagmamasdan ko. Parang alam mo it will make you speechless at the same time kasi sa tagal ng panahon napaka-tabu, or should I say napaka extraordinary kasi nung naging rivalry between ABS and GMA. Tapos alam mo yung sa tagal ng panahon na halos laging may network war, at the same time given our current culture na napaka-tribalistic din pagdating sa kapamilya ako, kapuso ako, kapatid ako, parang ganon. So it also, yung nangyari mga pagbabago kahapon, it also provide us an avenue. Parang kung sa pandemic may sinasabi tayong new normal, I think sa Philippine entertainment and media industry, I think this could be the newest normal of all. And at the same time, it provides another avenue of opportunity to everyone. So ayun lang naman for me.
So mapunta naman tayo kay Ivan.
I think it's kind of wild kasi number one, parang we never expect parang one simple case of misunderstanding between the owners and the host would lead to this very crazy July 1st nga. Who would have thought na lilipat ang Showtime sa GMA? Who would have thought that the original Itbulaga host will have their own show sa TV5, and of course, parang yan, sabi nga marami, ang biggest loser nga yung Itbulaga na kasi nga, they're still struggling to get things going with a new set of hosts na so parang sinasabi nga may nabasa nga ako parang to Itbulaga will die down naturally Parang tanggapin na lang na ng halos ng tohanan na yun nga, they're going down naturally, that they might, yeah, anytime soon, masisipay na, masisigwa. So, there. Parang, at the end of the day, ang biggest loser is Bulaga.
So, ito naman, para kay Erwin, who is a fan of TVJ. So, ano masasabi mo sa muling pagbabalik ng TVJ sa TV5?
Hello. Ayun, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the TVJ, the Dabber Cats, na finally they are back on air sa TV5 naman, their new home. And napaka goosebumps moment kahapon talaga na for the first time, I can say na yung TVJ is more free. Mas malaya sila sa sa creative in terms of production, kasi I don't believe na walang hand yung halos sa production, yung tape dati. And we can see that, and lalo na ngayon, nakapag-guest na sila ng mga friends nila from other management. For example, Miss Sharon Gulneta, and with TV5 also, I think they can also invite artists from different management and productions. And that for me is a win-win, hindi lang for Itbulaga per se, but also for Showtime, which now can get, by the way, actually invited Kapuso artists. I believe na ngayon hindi lang manonood ng panalo, kundi pati ang creative industry, ang entertainment industry, dahil more platforms for different productions to promote their contents and for artists to guest on. And congratulations sa Philippine entertainment talaga, lalong-lalo na sa TVJ and sa It's Showtime.
So, ito naman, kay Francis, anong tawag dito? Anong masasabi mo with the recent events yesterday?
Okay, ganito. Yung ilang mga points yung nabanggit na, i-add ko na lang din. Yes, everything will come into an yung mga nagsimula yan, nagsimula din, pagbabago ng ito ng kanya, maging siya experience. Ang nakakakandidyan is depende na lang yan sa paano ko sila maiisip nilang funds. Well, yung time, meron na silang meron na silang bago pa sila lumipat, nakita ko, na-obserbahan ko na meron na silang pagkakansya, inansya na nila yung panlasa ng kanilang bago. Then sa TVJ, although napansin ko na medyo pa yung kanilang pamamaraan, I do believe na kaunti-unti makakabali nila at makakapag-create pa ng mas-effective na content.
Ano yung mga pinakagusto nyong part sa mga naging pilot episodes, syempre ng Showtime sa GTV, as well as yung itong paglabas ng TVJ sa TV5. So ano yung mga pinakagusto nyong part na napanood nyo kahapon?
I'll go first. Kasi I say na ang pinaka-bongga among the three yesterday was Showtime. Kasi parang the first thing, parang they went all in agad in their opening number. Parang they had Barbie, they had Sanya. Of course, they also have the TNT finals, the TNT Duets finals. So yung carry over eventually. Parang I say mas panalo ang Showtime in terms of how to begin the show, how to put up the show yesterday. Ang EAT, di siya masyado, di ko trip yung sobrang simple nila lang, ang simple nila, parang typical na they just went on a live comedy bar show. They had basically parang sinimplihan lang ng EAT yung palabas nila. Di sila masyadong ingrande, parang they just went on their natural selves na because they have TVJ, they have Jowa Pao, so parang they just bang on their presence. So simple lang nila, pero yung the thing is, EAT had the most views. I think it went 200,000 plus at one point. Ano ba? 200? No. Yeah, parang gano'n yata. Parang they peaked at more than 200,000. So parang they just banked on their presence alone. They didn't need that engranding pasabog agad. Parang siguro the only pasabog they had was the Sharon Gulneta guest in it. Just parang out of nowhere. Parang it was not mentioned during their teasers. And siguro, ang Bulaga di ko bisa napanood. Pero what I liked about Bulaga was that they congratulated Showtime in for their move to GTV. So parang sabi pa nga ni Paolo Contis, naging magkapit-bahay na, hindi na sila magkariban, magkapit-bahay na. So eventually, yun nga, parang it Bulaga acknowledge that there's no something naman alive between them in Showtime. So parang yun nga, parang GMA is now basically banking on a two-show alliance against EAT or the TVJ show. So yun. Pero at the end of the day, the biggest winner for me sa kayong grandihan was Showtime.
So ito naman si Ted.
Tawag dito regarding sa kung sino yung yung mga takes ko regarding sa productions nila, sino may pinakabongga. I would rather say parehong na-captivate ni Showtime siya ni TVJ yung viewers kahapon dahil sa mga outside performances nila. Actually, yung sa Showtime, yung helicopter na ginamit device, familiar sa akin kasi parang isa o dalawang beses ko siyang nakita nitong nakalipas na week. I think parang siguro part ng production siguro, pero basta familiar siya sa akin kasi may lumilipad na helicopter during yung around Thursday or Friday. And then yung kulay violet, yung labas ng GMA na may mga nakatayong something na productions nila kasi since malapit lang yung office ko sa Scout Radios, yung current work ko ngayon. So far yung sa Showtime kasi, even though very modern yung take nila, but should I say parang mas nagdala sa kanila talaga yung mga pa-helicopter, and then yung sobrang napakapambihirang pagkakataon na nag-perform si Vice sa mismong headquarters ng rival network nila before, which is the GMA. Kumbaga yun yung siguro mas nakakakilabot na part nung sa Showtime when I saw that kahapon during the airing ng live episode nila kahapon. And then yung sa TVJ naman, as usual, yung typical yung typical Broadway Centrum era na pagdadala nila ng mga bisita. So remember, kung mapapanood nyo sa YouTube yung kung paano sila pumasok ng Araneta Coliseum when they moved to GMA in 1995. So parang ganun yung spirit nung naging pagpasok nung pag-start nila ng first day nila sa TV5. Although if we can remember, Vic Soto said in an interview na parang pinabuluanan nila na hindi totoo na sa Philippine Arena sila mag-i-start ng first episode because as much as possible, they want to make it more humble yung start nila. So yung pinaka nakaka-touch na part ng opening ng program kahapon ng TVJ is yung naglakad silang tatlo sa hallway nang walang sumasama sa kanila. Parang nagkaroon sila na parang emotional moments nilang tatlo na alam mo yung malayo pa lang umiiyak na sila na parang ang bigat-bigat nung napagdaanan nila. Even sabihin mo 1 month ang hinintay bago na sila makita sa TV because May 31 nung nagpaalam sila with tape, and then anong date na ngayon? Date kahapon July 1, so in a span of 1 month. So makikita natin kahapon na kahit isang buwan lang sila nawala, parang feeling nila, if we can analyze yung pag-iyak nila kahapon, parang halos isang taon ang pakiramdam. Parang kumbaga ang hirap din parang isang taon na rin silang nawala. And then ayun, yun yung nakaka-touch na part. Yung sa Itbulaga naman, ang napanood ko lang kasi sa Itbulaga na halos host version is yung parang sama-sama sila doon sa final minutes ng show nila kahapon. So parang nagbigay silang statement, parang nagpahayag sila ng parang reflections or statement nila na parang they're grateful na nandun na sa kanila si Showtime. And then parang still parang si Paolo Pabiru pa yatang piliin nyo kami. So ganon sa panonood nila. Sa panonood sa kanilang show. So parang yun nga, he's still doing the favor na he's asking us a favor rather. He's asking us a favor na piliin sila. So ganon. So to be very honest, can you imagine na yung tape and TVJ issue could move something phenomenal just like this kahap. So ayun lang naman for me.
So kay Erwin naman.
Ayun, what actually was my favorite part kahapon is that yung Bulaga opening. Alam niyo yung typical na outside, sinasabi nila din kanina ng ating mga kasama, yung mag-opening sila sa outside and maraming taong nag-aabang sa TVJ, sa Jowa Pao, Kilamain. It's just a reminiscence of the peak days of Itbulaga during Aldab, One for All, and those days, mga Bulagaan, 2006, talagang it's a goosebumps moment. Lalo na nung pinakita, I think, sa Rappler, yung typical na na coverage sa isang TV shop at I think where people are talaga nakatutok sa TVs watching Eat Bulaga, and the ratings once again are being released, compared, analyzed, and everyone is talking about. Kahit even nung sa work namin kahapon during our break, everyone's actually talking about Eat Bulaga, lalaki, babae, demographics, young and old. Talagang they're talking about Eat Bulaga and Showtime. And as a Philippine entertainment observer and follower, naranasan ko lang tong moment na to nung Aldab. Yung talagang yung Eat Bulaga yung pinag-uusapan once again. Then every one of my friends, tito, tita, ate, kuya, mga co-workmates, mayaman, mahirap, they are watching Eat Bulaga. They're watching it Showtime, observing the two shows, which has provided talagang quality entertainment, lalo kahapon. And wow, once again, we have witnessed a phenomenon on Philippine television, especially in this digital age. Napaka-goosebump moment nun para sa akin. And the views, grabe. It's just a history in the making.
So, ayun, kay Francis naman.
Hindi ko naman nakikita yung mga visual effect ng mga TVG at saka other kind show. Kung lang ako magsa-focus sa TVG, that is yung pinakita ng TVG na entertainment is not just all about happy. Entertainment is more on connecting with people, yung emotion, yung pakiramdam sa bagay na whether you are happy or mabigat ng pakiramdam. Nandun yung pagpapadaan ng panooban, pagpapadaan ng buhay, yung ito ng sama ng lukot. And dun sa Showtime naman, nakakatuwa kasi nawala yung paniging divisive. Yun, tama nga yung sinabi ng natin kasama. Medyo nawala na yung kasabihan na, uy, kapamilya ako, kapatid ako. Nawala yung sabihin sa entertainment pa lang, iba na yung ego mo. Initignan ko sa bilang positive na epekto. Well, nandiyan pa rin yung rivalry when it comes to business matters at sa mga content. Pero mas naniniwala ako na mas magiging makabuka ng entertainment kung makakakulit ka pa din sa tao. So, in general, na-appreciate ko yung pagiging palaya tayo, pagiging divisive ng bawat.
Ano yung mga nilulook forward nyo naman this time sa itong with this greatest plot twist nangyari in Philippine TV? So, anyone in this room? So, siguro start na lang natin ulit kay Aiva.
Okay, so for me, if there is one thing that I look forward to in terms of among three number one for EAT, parang like their Saturday broadcast was somehow too simple, parang di pa talaga yung pang-tatap. So I assume tomorrow when they begin their week, their first full week, siguro I say they have to innovate, to bring up something probably similar to what they had kung nasa Eat Bulaga pa sila. Pero siyempre, those are trademarks of tape, so hindi basta makukuha yun. So, siyempre, simula lang. Matiko yan. One for all. Probably rename that para hindi sila magka-problema sa tape, but that's their call. Kasi, so, yung mga fan-favorites, parang kailangan ibalik na. So, Pinoy Henyo. But I think Eat Bulaga, rename Pinoy Henyo to something, ang word of the whatever. Yun, basta yun. So, that's for EA. So, parang they're good, they're in a good track. Hey, best lang. So they just have to continue on, we develop the programming naturally. Then, siguro sa Showtime, or siyempre, ganun din. Parang, whatever they do, since it's their creative control, sabihin mong, medyo magiging concern ko lang pala sa Showtime because parang they declared that the Showtime on GTV would be co-produced by both ABS and GMA. So, that means may say ang GMA. So, they say ang GMA ngayon. Although sa Eat Bulaga, I assume, alam ko, kaya sabihin mong black timer lang sila noon, parang they say din ang GMA. So, yun pa. I believe. Pero to, since it's now co-produced by GMA and ABS, parang may say na talaga, may significance ang GMA sa mangyayari. So, medyo, that's one thing of concern. So at least the least we can assume is magkakaroon ng more GMA guests sa Showtime. Kaya usually na product na. Although, so okay, so yun. So where was I? So yeah, but I think they'll keep their old segments, I believe. So tawag ng tanang wala, it's 7th solo season, yung single season nila. So starting Monday, so that's good. I'm just curious about the new segment that they will show, especially that GMA will now have a significant say. So yun. So Itbulaga naman parang I think their rebuild is on a good track. Honestly, no, sa mga haters, baka sabihin yung I believe GMA's Itbulaga 2.0 is on a good track on a rebuild. Kasi nga, they have this segment called G's Again. Ito na yung bago nilang version ng One for All with Isko and Buboy doing the road show. It's a good start. And also, parang may nabasa rin ako somewhere na parang what they like about Itbulaga 2.0 is yung parang they bought for this live yung live band segment, parang yung mga up and coming bands na napapakilala ko on national TV through GMA. So that's another good start. So parang so the rebuild is there for Itbulaga. Ang concern ko lang is how to sustain that. Kasi yun nga, like I mentioned earlier, ang rumor is parang hinintay na lang talaga ng GMA na sumuko na yung take sa Itbulaga. So there. So the ball is on Itbulaga 2.0. So if they want to continue on, they have to back on the rebuild that they're undergoing. And siguro naman sa pag-usapan pa rin mga hito, siguro yung pang major concern is that the fans took down the new Itbulaga page. So yun nga. So basically sa mga fans, I know you don't like the Itbulaga right now, pero but give them that freedom to give them the right to God.
So magpunta naman tayo kay Tech. So what are your ways forward dito sa nangyayaring ito?
Yan, ayun. Magandang question. So, as we look forward doon sa, nangyari na nga, yung paglipat ni TVJ sa Kapatid Network and si Showtime sa GTV. Ako, as a communications major, I look forward na etong mga nangyayari. Hindi natin talaga matatanggi na may mga pagbabago along the way, na may mga lipatan, may mga tampuhan na whatsoever, as long as wala namang naaapektuhan mga, walang samaan may samaan ng loob, pero yung at the end of the day, trabaho lang, at the same time, as long as it benefits the public. For me as a communications major, na to be very honest, nasa period ako na medyo contemplating ako about what would be my goals, what will be my stable career before I turn 30. I hope that these changes would bring a lot of opportunities for those who want to work in media and entertainment industry. To be very honest kasi, katulad niyan, tatlo na yung three-way na yung noontime show. So, makakapagbukas ng opportunity at the same time for news outlets. So, makakapaghanap na ng other ways na ma-expand yung coverage, yung entertainment coverage nila, yung showbiz coverage nila. So, I can see this development as a way ng pagbubukas ng opportunity para sa lahat. Opportunity sa lahat na mga, alam mo naman, in every one of us naman kasi, meron naman tayong hangarin na makapag-work someday sa harap ng camera o kaya sa harap ng mikropono tulad ni Gab. So, alam mo yung feeling na very exciting. Nasa exciting part tayo ngayon ng media entertainment and entertainment industry. And at the same time, sa mga nagsasabing patay na daw ang comedy, kasi may mga nababasa din ako mga articles lately, even international yung namamatay na daw yung comedy dahil may mga political consciousness. It only proves na buhay pa rin ang comedy sa Pilipinas. Sa atin, particularly dito sa Pilipinas, and lalo na kapag noontime. So may mga nagtatanong pa rin kung may mga nanonood pa ba ng noontime. Ayan, may patunay na marami pa rin ang nanonood, given the fact na yung mga views kahapon umabot ng 200 to 300,000 views yung sa TVJ, sa Showtime and others. So it's only a proof na even if na nasa digital age na tayo, as long as it converges with the traditional ones, the TV, radio, newspaper, with the traditional tri-media. So, marami pa rin ang magkaka-interest na tutukan hindi lang yung mga noontime shows but also all other local shows in general. So, nandito na tayo sa part na kailangan pagalingan na ng content with consciousness at the same time. So, kasi kapag ang content mo is, for example, alam mo yon, Yung tipong basta na may mai-content sa TV o sa digital, sino at sino ang manonood. So, ayun. So, pagandahan na lang talaga ng mayahain sa publiko at the same time. And I commend yung I commend din yung nasabi ni Ivan kanina na may mga live bands ng Itbulaga na halos host version na it could be an avenue also for yung mga up-and-coming music acts. So, natutupad yung mga pangarap nila na makapag-perform ng live even for just a few minutes on a noontime time slot. So, it only proves na hindi lang siya nakakapagbukas ng opportunity sa media but also sa iba pang mga gustong pumasok din ng music as well. So, ayun lang naman for me.
Kay Erwin naman.
Ako, ang realization ko dito is ang entertainment in general, contrary to what some self-righteous academics or self-proclaimed critical thinkers na sinasabi nila na mababaw ang entertainment in general, na it's not something na they can consider na art, lalo ang popular pop culture art like yung mga noontime show. I don't believe that, because making people happy, making millions of people happy is an art itself. Yung timing ng mga banat, yung awareness mo sa current issue, sa mga trends, and plus yung pangangapa sa language ng audience mo, that is an art itself. And that is an art that is mastered by TVJ, Jowa Pao, It's Showtime, and even sa yung sila Isko Moreno, Paulo Contis, though they have some flaws, challenges when it comes to performing their art, they are the ones who can connect to the audience in the right way at the right time. Kaya mahal na mahal sila ng tao. And we should not say that they are dumbing down the public. No, they are making the public happy. Ang masyado lang marami pinagdadaanan ng mundo to say that entertainment is kababawan. Entertainment is a very honorable and it's a very deep mission to make people happy. And that is an art, that is a profession in itself. Kahit sabihin ba natin napakadali lang ng art, ng creative, no. It's not madali. It's a mastery. It's a skill that only a few people can do. Yun lang.
Balikan natin ulit yung kanyang mga ganun masasabi niya sa mga pangyayari kahapon, as well as yung yung mga favorite part niya while watching this historic movie.
Hi. Good afternoon. Ayan. Okay. Yung stamp ko sa mga noontime shows ngayon, lahat na sabing historic yung pagbabalik ng TVJ sa Philippine TV, kasi alam naman nating lahat na yung TVJ, yan, kinalakihan na nating mga millennials, and syempre yung mga nakakatanda natin, TVJ na yung pinapanood nila sa TV. So, what makes it historic is kaya nilang i-improve pa yung kanilang bagong program. Nag-add sila ng bagong segment na panood ko nga kahapon, which is yung The Bar. Yung mga requested songs ng mga viewers nila, kakantahin nila ng live, and kaya pa rin naman talaga nilang ma-improve. Sa mga other shows naman, like Showtime, siguro, medyo, personal opinion lang naman din. And nababasa ko lang din naman na ibang comment. Siguro medyo bawasan daw yung over-energetic na ng mga hosts, just like Ann Curtis and si Kim Chiu daw. Kasi parang lumalabas, imbis na parang gumanda yung program ni Meme Vice, parang nasasapawan na si Meme Vice nung dalawang girls. And dun sa other show naman, yung EB 2.0, meron pa rin naman talaga silang i-improve din. Siguro kulang lang din sa marketing ng GMA. Hindi katulad ng The Showtime na kalilipat lang. Sobrang malaki yung impact ng marketing and promotions ng social media team nila. So yun yung kulang ng EB 2.0. And sa mga host naman, wala na akong question kala Paulo Contis, Buboy Villar, kasi kaya naman nila dahil nasa mga comedy show naman di sila ng GMA, and kaya nilang dalhin yung crowd. And kay Yorme naman, okay naman si Mayor Isko Moreno. Nakakaya naman niya yung segment niya. Si Beto, okay din naman. Pero sa mga girl host siguro, medyo dapat pantayan pa rin nila yung energy nila, Buboy nila Paolo. Ayun.
So, ito naman. Okay, anong ways forward mo din with this recent events? Itong mga patang forward.
Ako, look forward ko siguro yung tuloy-tuloy lang siguro yung wala nang network war na ganap. May magandang idea na stop na yung network war between GMA and ABS. Actually, hindi naman talaga mga network yung nagkakaroon ng war, kundi yung mga fans ng each network. And ayun, nilook forward ko rin na sana maayos rin yung between the host and the TVJ. Parang mas masaya na yung runtime. Para wala na talaga yung sinasabi nilang network war as well. And good job sa ABS and GMA sa pag-merge ng ng mga shows nila, pagkakaroon ng mga collabs, and syempre yung pagtanggap nila sa showtime.
So, ito na lang. Siguro kay Francis na lang.
Okay.
Ayan, okay.
Ito, okay, sige, go.
Alam mo, hindi pa talaga patay ang entertainment. Hindi naman talaga namatay. Lumawak lang yung avenue, lumawak lang yung possibilities, nag-open lang ng maraming opportunity. And anything lang pa siguro sa hinahanap, ma-improve nila yung mga content, lalo na yung pagiging more sensitive noon sa mararamdaman o mag-iisip ng kanilang ano-ano. Lalo na ngayon, nung nag-pandemic, napansin ko, mas naging sensitive na yung mga tao. Nag-iisip na sila somehow, nakakaramdam na sila somehow. Kaya hindi lahat ng entertainment, hindi lahat ng pwedeng pagtawanan, masabi lang na may content, gagawin. Magandang tingnan natin yung entertaining, pero lahat ay magiging mahayag yun. Ang entertainment, walang panamatay yun. Kasi as long as may mong connection sa mga, as long as nakakabuo sila na ito na ng mga healthy at mga toxic na content, maraming magbabago. Hindi na kumbaga maiiwasan na yung pagkakaroon ng pagkakahati-hati. Kasi yan lang naman po nagsasimula yun. Mas gusto ng isa yung entertainment ng isa kasi instead of yung kagulat. So in that way, kapag naayos yan, baka mas ang initin na yung ng nakararami, yung entertainment bilang pampagaan ng kalooban o siguro pampalipas ng mga kanila.
So ayun, with that, thank you so much everyone for joining me on this episode, talking on this historic moment in Philippine television. Pwede niyong balikan ang episode na ito sa mga streaming platforms. Available yan sa Spotify, Radio Public, Google Podcast, Pocket Cast, and Player.